Welcome to Irish History. On today's video of Folklore Friday, I will be talking about Green Lady of St. Stephen's Green. And before I begin, pause the video, make a nice cup of tea or coffee, have a biscuit, sit down, unpause the video, and relax of this story of martial disharmony as it begins with a beautiful young yet a madly jealous woman who watched and nagged her husband until he had enough and they separated. The young woman lived on the green in Dublin and had two children, a son and a daughter named David and Isa. But poor David was blind by his mother because of his similar features to his father. But Isa gets all the attention. David closed himself off in a large empty room upstairs in the house, but also because of the lack of attention, his health was becoming poor. One day, David's sister Isa unexpectedly came into the room and found David to be happy and looking healthy. David proceeds to tell his sister he met a beautiful young lady dressed in green who was about to join David in a game of skittles until she disappeared when Isa came into the room. And he started to describe more of her features, that she is tall, deep blue eyes, her skin is fair as a lily, and had red hair that fell in ringlets down her back. Pretty much to say Isa didn't believe him, but that was the least of David's worries, because at that same evening he was summoned by his mother to the drawing room, and what greeted him was a stern-looking man. And the mother announced that he is to be David and Isa's stepfather, but David is to call him Sir. David was more miserable than he had ever been, and when the wedding happened, the stern-looking man fully cemented himself in the household and treated David worse than his mother ever could. His health deteriorated, and so did his spirits. Late at night, Isa was in bed asleep until she woke up to voices in a room above her. So she proceeded to get out of bed, put on her slippers, and crept upstairs. As she stood outside the room door, the same empty room David talks to the Green Lady, Isa could hear David saying, "Oh, that would be so nice. Thank you very much." Isa opened the door and only saw her brother David by himself. Seeing him sitting on the floor in his nightshirt, asking him why he wasn't in bed. If their mother knew this, she would be very upset with him. But David himself was upset with Isa, making the woman disappear again, and Isa sneering at David talking to his Green Lady. David answered he was, and she is going to take him away to a place where he will always be happy. Saying this while smiling, Isa scolded him and told him to go to bed or she would tell their mother. So he went to bed, and so did Isa. The bells tolled midnight when Isa once again woke up, but this time she could hear a woman singing, and all she could think of the woman David talks to. Once again, Isa got out of bed and went to check on her brother, but he was fast asleep in his own bed. So Isa was returning to her room when she heard the singing again. But this time, her mother, stepfather, came from their room, and servants were standing at the end of the stairs, all frightened. One of the servants whispered, "As sure as God, it's the banshee." Eventually the singing stopped and everyone went back to bed. Isa, down for breakfast, and the cook outside the kitchen idly cleaning the basin, but she was anxiously looking upstairs, mentioned "Tree are down, thank heavens." But normally David is down first for breakfast. But Isa went into the dining room and only saw her mother and stepfather talking about how people are stupid to believe in ghosts and banshees. Until Isa's mother saw her brother wasn't with her and told her to go to his room and tell him to come down this instant. She went up to David's room, but he wasn't there. She tried the empty room, no sign of him. She told her mother he wasn't in his room, nor the empty room, so everyone was searching for him, even the stern-looking stepfather. No one could find the boy, until the gardener said, "Did they try the water tank up in the attic?" The stepfather was surprised at this suggestion by the gardener, but the stepfather told the gardener, "Go up and check." Pretty much the stepfather thought that was mad and stupid to come up with that thought. No way David would go up there. Eventually the gardener did come down from the attic, the floor being wet with a drip, drip, drip body of the boy in the gardener's arms. Everyone was horrified by what they were seeing. The cook wailing, "It was the banshee." But Isa whispering, "No, it was his green lady." So, I hope you enjoyed that story, and see you in the next one. Slán.